Go and try your luck. Test me in again, we let it rain. Please don't start us up. Got that black and white, that yin and yang. Mr. Officer, please don't search us, we don't got a thing. Tell them park it up. Then that be poking out them jeans. I've been sparking up. Like the fireworks, I keep the flame. Heard you barking up. It's the wrong tree, I got the strings. Yeah, I'm charging up. They can keep up, got them looking drained. Now they walking up. Trying to put the face to the name. Pull up.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a very special Raw preview episode of GOW, where we coming to you live and direct for the first 30 minutes. With that being said, I'm the franchise, aka the showstopper, better known as the GOW's resident tribal chief. And with me, as always, I got my tag team partner, my brother, my family. Here's the flyest in the room, Mr. 1, 2, 3. Pin that ass down, K Breezy, aka EC's resident Isaac Hayes, bro. King, Too Cold. What's good?
Man, what's good with y'all, man? Right now, man, we about to get that boy Drew versus Sammy starting off the show after a little bit of shit talk to each other. It's got to excuse me, still a little bit under the weather to the people. But man, yeah. Monday Night Raw, we on. But not for the whole show. Not for the whole show. Not thinking about to watch the whole show.
Oh, well, I didn't already tell them, we on for the first 30, then we out. Then we come back, do our usual.
Yeah, sometimes you got to remind the people.
Hell no, because Earl be sitting up here trying to convince people like, no, Earl, no, I gotta eat. I didn't eat dinner, Earl.
Right. We wanted to see where everyone's head is at. We just want to prep for the day. That's all.
But yo, man, look, we got Sami Zayn versus Drew McIntyre, dude. Not real quick. We got a little bit of time, but dude, I feel like WWE lately, man, has been really on a roll. I feel like, man, night in and night out over the last few weeks, even though every show hasn't been great, man, I feel like the storylines, I feel like the competitors, I feel like the matches, I feel like everything is really starting to find its stride under the Triple H regime so far, man. What are you thinking? What are your thoughts? Do you feel the same about that?
It's definitely he definitely has his mark on it. As far as the presentation. Yeah, he definitely has that. The matches, you're getting nice little matchups. We're starting off with one now. And then, he's building up what he's building up. But, we still have so many other questions to so many other things that we asked last time. And it's just, what direction are they going in? Who are we looking at? What are the people that they're going to be pushing to be that next star? Like, somebody got to be Roman Reigns. Who the hell is going to be?
Yeah.
Is it going to be Cody? Is it going to be Punk? Is it going to be Seth? Is it going to be Drew? Is it going to be somebody we're not expecting? Like, who is it going to be? So right now, I'm good with how he's running things. I'm good with how not everything is perfect, but for the most part, man, a lot of the people that we like to see do something or have either done something or are doing something. But unfortunately, because you have certain titles kind of held hostage in a way, I feel like they're lacking something extra to give them that extra oomph to go.
Let me ask you this, man. Who is a guy or girl or both that you haven't seen as much of that you would like to see, man, getting a push towards WrestleMania season? Even towards the Royal Rumble, honestly.
I like Zoe Starks, but I'm really looking at Shayna Baszler. Like, I'm ready for Shayna to take that next step. Like, if I gotta look at somebody, she hasn't won the World Championship yet. Like, she's won NXT, cool. She got that, and she was the women's tag team champion. On the main roster. That was about it.
Right.
She ain't really had nothing really go for her except for the Ronda Rousey thing. Like, that was pretty much the biggest thing that she was doing. So what's up? What's good, Leo? Earl would say you got a write-up on your desk, sir. With Shayna, I'm ready for her to take that next step. I want to see her be that bad bitch. I want to see her be that one that's gonna come in and wreck shop. I believe she can do it. So if I'm looking for somebody who hasn't yet, it's definitely her. At least right now, as far as the women, the men, I don't know. I'm not I can't really give you nobody right now. But women wise, I like Zoe, but Shayna's the girl I'm looking at right now. Raquel's still, she's still an honorable mention. She's still out there. Um, Depending on what she does to push herself a little bit more. But yeah, if I gotta pick one, it's Shayna.
Leo says, I will not be watching Raw tonight. His Jags on Monday Night Football. All right. Clive says, shout out to GOW. Shout out to you.
What up,
Bro,
Clyde?
Leo talking about, damn, my PTO got denied. Earl, I'll take my write up then.
Hell nah. Man. Clyde says, will Rhea keep the title longer like Roman? No, I think she's losing it at Mania. She'll lose it at Mania. You got too many women right now that you need to, you need to push forward. And right now, if it's not Bianca somehow, some way, yeah, I wouldn't mind it being Shayna.
I was just about to ask you, if you had to pick somebody to dethrone Rhea Ripley, who would it be?
I mean, we still didn't get that matchup, but we're also thinking we may end up getting a Bianca versus Charlotte at WrestleMania. So
Yeah.
Bianca's fighting one of the two. We just not sure who yet.
So if we get a Bianca versus Charlotte, where do you see Becky Lynch folding into the WrestleMania picture?
Rhea Ripley.
Oh,
She's still on Raw. She's on Raw.
She sure is. I forgot.
Sure
the hell is.
She's the only one that really hasn't. She's been occupied with other people. She hasn't been at Rhea yet. Like they've kind of crossed paths, but it ain't really been nothing. So right now, as much as I would like to see Shayna, even if it's for the women, even if she goes after the other title, whatever, I can still see Becky going after Rhea, if not soon.
So no hope right now between now and Mania for Raquel to become champ?
Unless she does something to propel herself. But right now, I feel like if I had to guess, if I had to look at how things may be going right now, I would say, man, I think there's something in the works for Shayna right now. We just think it's kind of slowly, showing itself, especially in the last couple of weeks, the way she's been kind of acting around Zoe and towards Rhea Ripley. So it's like, okay, something right there is cooking. We just gotta get to it. So, and I think we're gonna get to it. I don't think it'll be done yet, but you cannot discount Becky Lynch going up against Rhea Ripley. It only makes sense.
Leo says, I keep forgetting who the other women's champ is, or is Rhea the only champ? No, you got Io Sky.
Io's the WWE Women's champion, and Rhea's the Women's World Heavyweight Champion.
Bro, I know we on WWE right now, but hell, man, we here shooting the shit, so I want to bring up a little bit of AEW. Speaking of the Jags, speaking of Jacksonville, one would consider that the home of AEW. Dude, so we talk a lot about, the stylistic differences between AEW and WWE. Again, Triple H, he's very wrestling heavy, as opposed to Vince McMahon, which was a complaint of a lot of people when he took over Monday Night Raw, kind of went away from the storylines as heavily and focused more on the in-ring product. But with that being the 3-hour show, a lot of people was like, damn, man, these people getting too much time. The one thing we love about AEW, though, is the fact that it is such wrestling-based. With AEW right now, do you see AEW forcing WWE's hand as far as, attention to detail on the actual in-ring product, or do you not really seeing that really affecting, that side of WWE at all? Your mic, bro.
My bad. It does and it doesn't, because WWE is still going to be the entertainment. It's still going to be World Wrestling Entertainment. AEW can be more about the wrestling. It doesn't have to be so much about the entertainment.
Right.
Which is why a lot of people aren't understanding the style that they're presenting. They're just presenting you with a more, I mean, if anything, it only needs to pertain when it needs to.
Yeah.
Because I'm starting to look at it like everybody's complaining about the way the AEW runs, and it's like, well, I'm not really mad. I'm not really mad about it. Like, you get guys that get out there and they have matches and they show what they can do, and either the crowd is for them or they boo 'em. And like Warlow, obviously Warlow's working up to something, but we're seeing Warlow. He's back. He's kind of smashing through people, and he's about to get ready to go through it with MJF. Once the Samoa Joe and this devil thing, I mean, if it don't turn out to be him or whatever, however this thing plays out, there's something in the works. But you see him, still showing up and just kind of showing that beast that he is. The crowd comes out, they cheer, they the symphony of power bombs, and then he pins them and he walks out. And you have other guys doing that kind of thing too, where they come out, they wrestle, they give you a cool, good match or whatever. And then you have those matches, you have those characters like Swerve and Hangman, where it really wasn't about a title, but it was just more about. I like the way that was presented because it had nothing to do with personal hatred.
Yeah,
it was just more of Swerve just wanting his spot. He wants the opportunities that Paige has had, and he was just letting Paige know, like, my bro, if you at the moment, if you were acting like the guy that you were before, it would seem okay. But lately, you just been seeing like a shell of yourself. It's like, man, I be hungry all the time, and that was kind of his point. And so he just wanted an opportunity. It was nothing really complicated about that. It was really nothing, that had to be all out. What's the word? Mind blowing. It was clear cut, simple, to the point. And then it got to be personal. And then we got to see what happened of it. So everything don't have to have the greatest story to it. Sometimes it can just be a match. And then something can come out of that match. And sometimes it could just be a guy beat a guy. And the guy's like, nah, I know I'm better than this. We gonna go again. And then we go again, and then I beat you. And it's like, nah, you ain't that good. I know I can beat you. And then you can create something out of that. It can be just that simple. It don't really have to be that complicated. But people want to crap on it the way it is, but I have no problem with the way they work because you get to see guys wrestle. I mean, I look, everybody's not great on the mic, so I don't want to see a whole bunch of people try to entertain me on the mic. Get in the ring, wrestle. Show me what you can do in the ring.
And I want to hit on your point exactly, because you said something that really just kind of struck a chord with me. You said that, every match doesn't have to have a story leading up to it. Sometimes you just want to see great wrestling, and then you can get a story out of the match. Now, here's the thing. I like that idea because, okay, let's say, how many times have we seen matches or rivalries or whatever be built up, right? Be built up, and the build-up is great. But then the actual in-ring that matters the most shits the bed. I like the fact where you can just throw two guys together.
Well, AEW too, not to be.
Exactly. But the thing I like the thing is, if you just throw two guys together, like, hey, okay, you know what? In my mind, on paper, this seemed like a great match. I think the fans will get a great show. Okay, great. If they go out there and shit the bed, fine. We ain't never got to do it again. It had no purpose to begin with. But if they go out there and kill it, okay, now we can gauge fan interest. Oh, the fans want to see this again. Now let's see, like you say, okay, one-upsmanship. And then with Hangman and Swerve, like you said, that didn't start off personal. That was just some shit that was thrown together by TK out there in Seattle. They had a great match. And then, of course, Swerve felt how he felt. Hangman felt how he felt. And then it progressively got personal. And then we had one of the most barbaric matches in recent memory. But it didn't start off that way. It was just, hey, man, look. Just put a dream match together. Hey, y'all want to see these two? We like, hell yeah. We didn't even know we wanted to see it. Then we got it.
Right.
Like, oh, shit. Let's run it back. So, no, I like exactly what you said. I don't always have to have a build-up to a match. Sometimes I just want to see great wrestling. And that's kind of the thing that bothers me, I guess, a little bit about the people that critique the AEW style of booking. And I understand some of it, but it was like for 20 years, and I'm going to try my best to keep my composure. I don't want to go off on nobody right now. We're going to say that for the After Dark. But it was like we complained about the fact that it was only one style of wrestling that was really getting presented heavily, and that was the WWE style. And a lot of shit that we started saying was getting kind of corny, kind of getting hokey, and we hated the fact that they got away from the wrestling, the in ring. That's why when Triple H, was so heavily involved in NXT, that's why we gravitated towards NXT, because NXT was giving us that in ring. You still had storyline, but that 1 hour on the WWE Network, bro, it was in ring. Well, them takeovers, bell to bell, in ring, like they gave us everything we weren't getting on the main roster. So now AEW does that show in and show out. It's like now you got people like, oh man, but you ain't got no build. I'm like, bro, but it's kind of like, yo, you were clamoring for the same thing, and now you got it. Now you don't like it no more because Vince ain't in charge. It's like, hold on now, we can't do that. We can't do that now, y'all.
Well, it's not that. It's just that they've been so conditioned to what it is, like and what it was. Like even when they were crapping on it, they still say it's better than it. It's like, bro, no, the hell it wasn't. Like, dude, we were shitting on Vince for years, man, because there was so much great talent he had, and he wasn't using them right. He wasn't even using half the people, or he was making them look weak. And it's like, man, we know these people are better than this. It's like, damn, bro, can you give them any love whatsoever, and you get done?
Hello?
I'm here.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. No, dude, it looked like you froze and then you stopped talking. But I didn't want to cut you off. But no, absolutely. And then Leo says that WWE Twitter fans only see storytelling as having multiple 20-minute promos with a 10-minute match blow off. LOL.
And see, and I don't need that. Like, I've seen enough of that. Like, I've seen enough of dude. Like, yeah, MJF, like when MJF does it, it does get, repetitive after a while. Because you don't see him wrestle as much, and then he'll wrestle twice on the pay-per-view. That's what he's been. That's been the formula lately. But he'll wrestle, I guess, in his tag team match, which he probably shouldn't do. But at the same time, it's like Earl. Oh shit! Just saying y'all were on. Earl, you almost got a tardy. Earl, Leo almost were true. But I still like the fact that guys are kind of working their own little lane. They're not so much working a lane that the company thinks you should work. It's more of what you're doing and how you work it, how you make it work for you. So for any of it, really, when you compare it, I mean, when you look at WWE, do they put on great matches? Of course they put on great matches. They have some of the best talent in the business. Yeah, when the match needs to matter. This is what we love about Triple H being there. Because would we have trust Walter under Vince? Hell no. We was already seeing how he was looking at him and using him. So I don't even know,
Reportedly, Vince didn't even like the guy.
I wasn't even sure how he even really felt, enough. I had no confidence that Vince knew how to work Walter. Triple H knew how to work Walter. The people over at NXT UK knew how to work Walter. That he didn't watch WWE until 2010 or how bad it was. I mean, yeah, because it got repetitive after a while. Clive said it earlier, man. WWE have so many rematches all the time. Randy versus no, it's the one he said a few comments ago. Randy and Cena over 50 times. Like, yeah, there was a moment where it's like we saw this one match like over and over and over. And it's like, dude, but they did that with a lot of people. Hell, they've been doing it with Judgment Day. And it's like, they trying to calm it down now. They've moved Sammy away from them. Right now he's facing Drew, which he's about to get Claymore. He reversed it. Blue Thunder. Oh, 1, 2, kick out. When it needs to matter, Triple H makes sure it's the right people have good matches. Right now, Sammy looks strong. Drew looks strong. They're putting on a good match. And then we know we're about to get 3 or 4 segments where it's gonna be some bullshit promos or some something goofy or stupid, and then some stuff that may lead into something. But for a show, there's still more about the entertainment. It's like, people got to come out and talk for about 5 or 10 minutes, and then we give you the action. Even though we got 3 hours, so we're gonna give you the action anyway.
Earl says, technically I was on early in the inbox. Now Leo, on the other hand, came to 10 recess.
Oh man, Randy versus Cena, New Day versus Usos. Yeah. There was just so many matches, and we kind of still got that now, but hopefully they'll gradually change from that. Hopefully we get some new tag team champions, and then hopefully they break up the tag team championships, and then we can get more a fluctuation on both shows as far as teams, people, what you want to promote. Because right now, the only thing that the Street Profits and Bobby Lashley are missing is some gold. That's it. All they missing is some gold because of the word is people love this. People ain't booing them.
They refuse to boo.
And they are not booing this group. People want to see this version, this new version of the hurt bit of the street business, man. That I'm telling y'all, man. I want to see it. I want to see it, and I want to see it be done right. And I want to see them dominate and go through and just wreck shop. But we still need them to do some things. And right now, you got Logan Paul. He's out there with with the U.S. Championship, and then like I said, man, there's some things that work and there's some things that don't. Claymore.
You know what I realized? I didn't realize that the Usos lost the titles at Mania, right? So what was that 7 months ago, 8 months ago now? And they still ain't found nothing to do with them damn titles. So it ain't just the women's tag team titles they don't know what to do with. It's just in general, the tag team in general.
Earl says, mark my words, the rest of Raw is going to be downhill from here. It's going to be the ring action that it is. It's going to be the in-ring action that is the reason why. Okay, that's how you type it. Even if they don't separate them, merge them together, no need to walk around with a blue and red title. No, you don't. But at the same time, give the other show back their damn titles. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. Give the other show back the tag team gold. Dude,
the crazy part? They already said that they got new tag team titles already made. That's the crazy part. So it's like, what y'all waiting on?
There's no more point. There's no reason. It's like, bro, let's stop. Like, come on now. Like, all right. Like it served its purpose for what it was.
Yeah.
And then it even after WrestleMania, it extended past WrestleMania till now. We're almost at the end of the year. I want to see some new tag team goals. 2024, I want to see new belts, and I want to see the belts on the respective shows. And I want to see the tag team talent that I know you have actually get the respect and time that they need.
Yeah.
Because right now, I'm not going to lie. If you wanted to put some gold on two guys that could probably irritate the hell out of you, Grayson Waller and Austin Theory as tag team champions. Hey,
did you see online?
I don't know how you could really feel about that. Nine Tails Fox, what it do?
Did you see online where WWE they actually had to change their plans with them? They actually are considering them to be a long-term tag team now because of how they feel about them backstage. Like they really feel like you just said, they could be a really legitimate heel tag team, and that was just supposed to be like a one-time thing.
Like they really can. Yeah. Like they fit well together. Like I didn't think having those two on the same show would fit well.
Yeah,
but it is. It does fit well for who they are and how they roll. You need to give them some gold, man. Like for them and the Profits and just some of the other teams you actually have on. Like, bro, give them some gold, man. Pretty Deadly's pretty bro. They need Pretty Deadly. You can't run around just doing tricking people all the time. They need some gold, man. They need some gold. People need gold, man. They need the floss, man. They need that drip. Like we need to.
Do you see
all that gold you got behind you, bro? Go get them one of them damn tag team belts, please. Shit.
Do you see Pretty Deadly becoming tag team champions in the next year?
Hell yeah.
Okay. Did you read what Nine Tail Fox said already or no?
He says, I'm confused. I know that Orton is now on SmackDown, but is Punk staying on Raw or going to SmackDown as well? I don't know. I think he's just showing up just to be on Friday nights, I don't know. He may throw a dig at Tony Khan. Who knows? But I think he's just going just to go because he ain't been there in years. But yeah, I couldn't tell you no more than that. I believe he'll be on Raw because the eventual matchup that we'll get Him versus Seth. Even Seth said it. Clive showed me the video where Seth said, even though he's meant the word, everything he said about Punk, but if him and Punk made it to WrestleMania as a match, he would do it.
Hell yeah. Hey, it's all about checks. What do you say? Not here for friends. You're here to make some cash. Seth Rollins versus CM Punk. That's money in the bank, baby.
I mean, it is. I mean, you're gonna get it. CM Punk were main event night 4 of the buy one get one extravaganza. It said you tripping, you stupid.
Let me ask you this:
not night 4 now, main event night 4. Shit,
it was thrown out there because if you remember some years ago, before CM Punk left WWE, him and Steve Austin had a little bit of friction, and they were trying to work an angle then. But of course, Punk eventually left the company. Steve Austin swore he'd never get back in the ring. Ended up having a pretty solid showing against Kevin Owens. We understood what that was. There's talks that if WWE don't go CM Punk versus Seth Rollins, that they want to try to have at least one main attraction match on the card if they can't get Brock. Would you be interested in a CM Punk versus Stone Cold if they somehow could pull the trigger on that?
Yeah.
I know.
I don't know. Nine Tails says, I heard the Hardy Boys are happy in AEW, want to go back to WWE. Thoughts on that? They're just going to be in the same spot.
Yeah.
They're not going to see. The thing here is, man, what people need to understand and realize when we look at not Fight for You. Well, he had a fight a couple of years ago. 2 WrestleManias ago. Like 2 WrestleManias ago, he fought he fought Kevin Owens.
Mm-hmm.
Earl says, hell no. The thing about I want to answer Nine Tails. The thing about the Hardy Boys, man, is they're past their due. They're broken up. Their matches aren't that great, and they're really not good for anything other than just a few spots. I am a huge fan of the Hardy Boys. Will always appreciate the Hardy Boys, but there's times, man, where some wrestlers should just give it up. And I think both of them are at that point where they can barely move. Yeah. They can barely move. If they're mad, what are you mad about, man? You shouldn't be in the top title contention, man. I understand you, the Hardy Boys, and it's not like you haven't gotten some title shots, but at the same time,
So when I read Jeff's tweet, he wasn't talking about the titles. He was talking about like the lack of like interesting storylines and just like creative spots. So he was saying like he feels like they really haven't done anything interesting. Like they ain't really been in any meaningful feuds, any meaningful storylines and stuff like that.
That's because you were in the most interesting feud and you fucked it up, Jeff.
Yeah.
That's why. Yeah. I don't want to hear that, man. You came in hot. You already had it. You lost it. How many times do I got to say it, man? When Jeff got pulled over right when they were supposed to fight the Young Bucks for the tag team gold, and they were supposed to beat the Young Bucks and be AEW tag team champions. That was it. That was it was over. There was nothing about what the Hardys are going to always be loved and respected and appreciated. But at the same time, it's almost they're now the nostalgia act like Sting and a few other people, where it's like, all right, we're glad to see you, but that's about it, man. You're enhancement talent now, and you guys can barely move. I mean, Jeff can barely move. Jeff can barely do. I mean,
every time he climbs to the top rope for that swanton, dude, you just see like his back. Like,
when he goes for a move and he misses and lands on the mat, it's like, bro, I don't want to see them hurt themselves too much. Matt can barely get up, walk, run. Like, dude, like it's to a point where it's like, man, I'm okay if they retire right now and go. Like, but if they go to WWE, man, you not finna walk in. You may get, I ain't gonna lie, because you return to WWE and maybe for a moment for somebody else, there's a good chance you could possibly come back and win the titles. But then again, there's a good chance you can come back and push someone else. to win the titles, and you don't even win. Like they win. So you just enhancement talent. You're doing the same thing you're doing in this other company. So if the creative to me is just interesting things to do, you had one thing, you lost it, and quite honestly, since you've been back, you just haven't been the Hardy Boys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's time to give it up. I think it's time to give it up. But hey, who am I?
No, I'm right there with you. I feel the same way like we said about Kurt Angle. There's so many other people, man. Sometimes in the wrestling business, you got to know when to hold them and you got to know when to fold them.
Leo says Jurassic Express. Man, look, I mean that was a good match. I mean it was a good match, but again, that was it. That was the last run. Like when Jeff finally came to AEW and he took that dive off the ceiling like in the stadium, like bro, like all of that was it. That was the last. That was it. That was the Hardy Boys like last hurrah at GOW, at legitimacy, moving forward. And even if they had won that and still kind of ended up where they're at now, what they ain't really like, no, man, y'all are not that damn, y'all not that young no more. And y'all can barely move. Y'all can barely move.
No.
Oh, we got Drew attacking Sammy right now. This boy Drew ain't playing. Boy, Drew really going psychopath now. This psychopath Drew.
I'm trying to figure out since when did medical staff start checking people out on crates instead of the actual trainer's room, but that's neither here nor there.
I mean, hey, they didn't want to mess up the training room. Well, Sammy's out for a while. Oh, damn, y'all came out of nowhere. Y'all really just waited behind the blocks until y'all heard Sammy scream. Oh! Like, damn.
Yeah, it's funny. And they came from all directions. Yeah. See, this that shit WWE.
Yeah. Do y'all think Drew or Sheamus will be in AEW and wrestle at All In? Depends on when their contracts. Depends on when they get released, or how the 90 days may happen. You know how all that shit works. Class says the Dudleys, Edge and Christian look better than the Hardys this year. Even though you can see the slowness in Edge and in Christian, they moving better than the Hardy Boys. It's like, it's like, dude, Sting like they moving better than the damn Hardy. That's bad. The way Sting way older than their asses.
But see the way they move in the ring, though. Talking about Sting, Edge, and Christian.
Well, Sting does the lately. Shit.
But they move slowly because of age. Matt and Jeff just move because they broken the hell up. that's the thing. But
I hate the stuff, man. But yeah, no, you're right about that, man. He says if the contract runs out, there is no 90 days. So if one of them decides not to renew, they could show up right after. I mean, they could, but again, that depends on when the 90 days is, and if their contract isn't due up before All In, then and they don't have no injury time that was added, because you know how WWE likes to freeze the time on the contract and extend it. So
yeah,
if everything ends on proper, then sure, I could see one of them making it. Why not? Yes, especially, I could definitely see one of them. Hell yeah!
All right, man.
The way Jeff moves, you would think he is way older than he actually is, and that's my whole thing. It's like, man, I wonder if they understand that. Like, I know they got to know it, but it's like, man, if we're not happy about the way of direction of creative, at the same time, we got to look at ourselves and be like, are we really out here doing are we really the top contenders? What is it that we could be doing, and who can we be doing something with that we would be able to keep up with them, and it would be interesting, and it would not look bad in the viewer's eyes. Because I'm gonna be honest, I don't want to see them start a feud and it just looks terrible because they can barely keep up.
No, I agree. I agree.
As someone who first started watching WWE in 1988, it's hard for me to watch my favorites from back then showing their age. It is. It really is. That's why I'm like, man, Sting's calling it quits. All right, cool. 2024, it's a wrap. Hey, Hardy Boys, y'all next. When y'all calling it? Because body wise, man, y'all not there. Like y'all maybe need to take 3 or 4 years off and maybe come back. Maybe you'll have a little better. Maybe you'll have a better run, but right now, man, I'm okay with them almost being done with.
Yeah, yeah. All right, man. Well, look, we told the people 30 minutes. We gave y'all 35.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Gave y'all a smooth 35. I'm about to get my ass on up out of here, get ready to eat.
Yeah.
And we're gonna be back on shit. What? 10 20, 10 30?
10 20, 10 30. You know, we'll hang out, talk about all the shenanigans that happened on in this dreadful second hour of wrestling that we about to head ourselves into, because we all know how the second hour is about to be. So yeah, man, we'll come back on and we'll talk about that. And you know, right now, like I say, man, Drew just whooping people's ass. Sammy still laying on the floor. I don't know if it's his ankle or his shin. All right, Jey Uso. Oh man, but other than that, man, cool, man. I will wait. Clive said he will wait. Yeah, make sure you set the notifications. We will be back on. Enjoy your food franchise, Clive says.
Yes, sir.
But yeah, man, let's get on out of here before anything else happens. As Michael Cole and Wade Barrett send it to Brian Saxton. Oh yeah, let's definitely get off. It's Brian Saxton.
Yes, sir. All right, y'all. Like I say, man, set y'all notifications, click that bell. We'll see y'all in a minute. Peace.
Doses.